Your Gmail inbox is currently a chaotic mess of accidental replies and blinding white light that drains your focus. Most people treat their Gmail account like a digital junk drawer, but that is exactly how you end up sending a half-finished email to the wrong person at midnight. You need to optimize Gmail before the clutter takes over your entire life. This is about more than just checking messages. It is about mastering the hidden Gmail settings that give you total authority over your digital workspace. We are cracking the code on 4 essential Gmail productivity hacks that will change how you work forever. You are going to learn how to block someone on Gmail so they never haunt your primary tab again, and how to enable Gmail dark mode to finally save your eyes. We are also diving into the Gmail background theme to customize your look, plus the ultimate lifesaver: how to unsend an email. These Google Mail tips are the difference between a stressed out amateur and a power user. Stay through the whole video, because once you lock in these inbox management secrets, you will finally stop being a victim of your own notifications. Start by opening a brand new tab in Chrome. Instead of typing a website address, type chrome://flags into the URL bar and hit enter. This takes you into the engine room of the browser, where all the powerful unreleased settings live. Once you are there, look for the search box at the top of the page and type dark mode. You are looking for a specific toggle called auto dark mode for web contents. Right now, it is likely set to default, which is why Gmail is still giving you trouble. Click that drop-down menu and select Enabled. As soon as you do that, Chrome will show a little blue button at the bottom of the window asking you to relaunch. Go ahead and click it. The browser will close for a split second and then pop right back up with every single tab now rendered in a true deep dark mode. When you hop back over to your Gmail inbox, you will notice that not only is the background dark, but the actual body of every single email has been inverted to be easy on your eyes. This works because the standard Gmail theme is just a skin that sits on top of the interface, whereas this browser flag actually reinterprets the code of the website to swap light colors for dark ones. It is a much more aggressive and effective way to handle things. Sometimes a specific graphic or a signature might look a little bit funky because the browser is forcing a change that the original sender didn't plan for, but that is a small price to pay for being able to read your mail without squinting. If you ever decide you want the standard look back for a daytime work session, you just head back to that flags page and flip the setting back to default or disabled. You deserve a workspace that actually looks like you want it to, rather than a digital doctor's office. Let's fix that right now and turn your boring email hub into something that actually looks decent. To get this done, you need to head over to that gear icon sitting in the top right corner of your screen. That is your gateway to the settings menu. Once you click that, ignore all the complex density settings and look for the section labeled Themes. There is usually a View All button right there that opens up the real treasure chest of options. Now you are looking at a massive grid of high-definition photos and solid colors. If you want a specific mood, you can scroll through the professional photography, but if you are just trying to save your eyes, the solid dark or pastel colors are usually the better move. Click on any image or color tile that catches your eye. You will notice that Gmail previews the change immediately behind the window, so you can see if it actually looks good or if it makes your unread emails impossible to read. When you find the one that sticks, hit that Save button at the bottom. Standard software defaults are almost always designed to be the most neutral option possible, which usually translates to the most boring option possible. Google sticks with the white background because it's high contrast, but they know it's not for everyone, which is why they tucked these customization tools in the settings. So now you aren't stuck with what everyone else uses. You just took a slab of generic software and made it your own personal dashboard. It feels a lot less like a chore to clear your inbox when the screen actually looks the way you want it to. The truth is that Gmail doesn't actually let you block someone in the way you probably want. When you find that block option, Google just funnels those messages into your spam folder. They are still sitting there, cluttering up your storage and waiting for you to accidentally see them when you're digging for a lost password reset link. If you want those emails to vanish before they even hit your sightline, you have to get a little more aggressive with the settings. Start by opening an email from the sender who is bothering you. Look over to the right-hand side of the screen and find those three vertical dots that signify the More menu. When you click that, you will see an option to block that specific sender. Go ahead and click it. Gmail will give you a little pop-up confirming that future messages from this address will be marked as spam. This is the standard procedure, but we are only halfway to a permanent solution. Now it is time to take real control. Navigate to your settings by clicking the gear icon and selecting See All Settings. Across the top, find the tab labeled Filters and Blocked Addresses. If you scroll down, you will see the person you just blocked sitting in a list. But remember, they are only blocked from your inbox, not from your account entirely. To fix this, copy their email address exactly as it appears. Look for the Create a New Filter link. In the From field, paste that email address. This tells Gmail to keep a sharp eye out for anything coming from that specific sender. Click Create Filter, and you will see a list of actions Gmail can take the moment an email arrives. You want to check the box that says Delete it. If you have a backlog of their messages already sitting in your inbox or spam, make sure to also check the box at the bottom that says Also Apply Filter to Matching Conversations. Once you hit that final Create Filter button, you have successfully set up what's basically a double block. The first block marks them as spam, and the second filter catches that spam and incinerates it instantly. Why does Google make you jump through these hoops? It usually comes down to their philosophy on data. They'd rather keep things in a spam folder for 30 days just in case a filter makes a mistake. It's a safety net, but when you're dealing with a persistent pest, that safety net feels more like a loophole. By using the delete filter, you are overriding that cautious default and telling the system you are the one in charge of your space. Open up Gmail on your computer and look at that gear icon in the top right corner. Go ahead and click that, then select See All Settings. You're looking for a specific row labeled Undo Send. Right there, you'll see a drop-down menu for the Send Cancellation Period. Most accounts are set to a tiny 5-second window by default. That is barely enough time to blink, let alone realize you forgot an attachment. Change that setting to 30 seconds immediately. That is the absolute maximum cushion Google gives you. Once you've toggled that to 30, scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and hit Save Changes, or none of this will actually work. Now, here's how you actually use it. The next time you compose a message and hit that blue Send button, keep your eyes glued to the bottom left corner of your screen. A small black box will pop up that says Message Sent with a clickable Undo link next to it. If you click that within your 30-second window, Gmail intercepts the delivery, pulls the email back, and reopens the draft so you can fix your mistake. But we have to be honest here. If you're looking for a way to recall an email you sent an hour ago, or even 5 minutes ago, the answer is a hard no. Gmail isn't actually recalling a message that has already been delivered to another server. It's actually just putting a temporary hold on the outgoing mail. Once that undo button disappears from your screen, that email is gone. It is officially sitting on the recipient's server, and Google has no authority to reach into someone else's inbox and delete it. It's a bit of a tough pill to swallow, but knowing this limitation actually puts you in a position of power. You now know that the 30-second window is your only safety net. You've maximized your reaction time, and you won't waste an hour trying to find a recall feature that isn't coming to the rescue. You're now operating with a 30-second buffer that most users don't even know they can customize. You just graduated from being a passive passenger to the undisputed pilot of your Gmail inbox. It is a massive wake-up call to realize how much power was hiding behind those boring gray menus. But now that you have unlocked these Gmail hacks, there is no going back to the factory defaults. You officially possess the tools to block spam, protect your vision with a custom Gmail theme, and snatch back a career-ending mistake with the Undo Send feature. These are not just buttons, they are the professional boundaries you need to keep your digital productivity from hitting a wall. Every time you open your Google account from now on, you will feel that immediate sense of relief because the clutter is gone and the interface actually looks the way you want it to. You can stop stressing about the what-ifs of a sent message and start focusing on the work that actually matters. Go ahead and toggle these Gmail settings right now so they become second nature. You are now the most efficient person in the digital room, equipped with the best inbox organization skills in the game. You finally have the control you deserve, so go out there and use it.